Well, good morning everyone, and welcome to my channel, Alan on Tour. Before we start, can I just ask you to smash that subscribe button, give me some support please. I'm desperately seeking more subscribers, and when you do subscribe, it doesn't cost you one penny, it just helps YouTube direct my channels to the right place. So let's get into it. This is a light-hearted video this morning, probably aimed at people that have never been to Thailand before. So but if you have, or you are here, hopefully it'll be a little bit of laughter first thing in the morning. So let's get into it. Well, basically, when people come to Thailand, it's a bit of a culture shock. They come here, obviously on holiday, and they want to see the beaches, they want to see the food, they want to see the nightlife, and everything that goes on in Thailand, which makes the holiday. Well, when they get into the room or the hotel, there is something lurking behind that door that they're not familiar with, and something that can come as a cultural shock, especially to Westerners, when they travel to Asia or Thailand. And what we'll be talking about today, which is behind that door, it could be construed as an instrument of torture, instrument of pleasure. It all depends on your disposition, which way you look at it. But let's talk about everyday function of when you're in the toilet. Let's rewind a little bit. When you're born and your mum cleans your butt after you dirtied your nappy, she was using warm water, cotton wool, lotion, whatever wet medium she had available to clean you up as a baby, put the nappy back on, and keep you nice and clean and fresh. But then at one stage, when you was able to walk into the toilet on your own, you was left to your own devices, or your mum would come in if you was very, very little and clean up after you. And it went from using water, cotton wool, lotion, etc. to a bit of paper. Let's just talk about this for a little while. Your dog come running in from the garden, in through the kitchen, all muddy footprints on the floor. Would you simply just grab a bit of tissue and wipe the mud off the floor? I suspect not. You will get a mop, put it into the bucket with water, soapy water, clean the floor up. When you get apples or fruit, you sort of always wash them, clean it. Water is a part of everyday cleaning regime. It is what we use to clean everything. So this is where it all gets a little bit confusing, because in the West, as I said earlier on, that we're obsessed with being clean and hygienically safe, and yet in the West we predominantly use toilet paper, and there's a question about if it actually does the job 100% successfully. Looking online, interestingly enough, in Japan, 90% of the homes in Japan have a Japanese bidet toilet, and if you've ever been on one of these Japanese toilets, you'll be there for a long time. It's a gamer's paradise with all the buttons along the side. You can have any water temperature, strength of water, heated water, cold water, even warms the seat up, etc, etc. So it is something that is readily used in the East. The West hasn't caught on to this use of water after visiting the toilet. Right, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. And this is what you'll find in most Thai toilets. The toilet, and this thing that is on the side connected to the water, which affectionately in Thailand is called the bum gun. Now when you come into the toilet, you say the bum gun is always connected to a tap of some description, and to regulate the pressure, which I would recommend you adjust to suit yourself. Now, without going into too much detail, as you can imagine, you do what you've got to do, and at the end, because there's no toilet roll holder or toilet rolls, never in Thai toilet, you clean yourself with the bum gun. You can have a light sprinkling if you're that way inclined, a little light sprinkling, and then you can adjust it if you want to get it a more powerful act of water coming out. The water in Thailand is always warm, it's never cold, so there's not a problem there. It doesn't give you a cold shock when you use it, it's pleasantly warm, shall I say. I have to choose my words very carefully here because it's something that we don't normally talk about, but let's carry on. And as I say, you'll find these all over the place in Thailand. If you go into a garage, you've got the squatters toilets, which I'm not going to go into here. That's a whole new video on itself, where you take as much clothing as you can off, squat down over a porcelain hole in the floor and do whatever you got to do, and then comes the added complication of cleaning yourself. So if you go into a public toilet wherever you are in Thailand, you won't find toilet roll in the cubicles as we know on a toilet roll. You'll probably find there's some tissue outside in the general area where you pull a few strips off and then you take with you into the cubicle, do what you've got to do. And then comes the issue of drying off. And that's where the tissue is. You pat yourself dry, nice and gently, and then go on your way. But even if there isn't any tissue available, because of the heat, the humidity, it's not a problem. You're constantly sweating, warm, so when you go outside, within a couple of minutes, you're dry. There's no discomfort at all. As I say, this will come as a bit of a culture shock to the Westerners that are coming into Thailand, but it's something that you will embrace and enjoy, or completely disregard, depending on your disposition. So basically, it's not something to be feared of. There's lots of people that you talk to in the bar and think, oh, I won't go near there. And this, I just don't like the thought of using it. You use it, very good, very clean. It does the job properly, and you'll feel a lot better for it. I must say, when I did go back to the UK last year, and one of the things that I did miss about Thailand was the bum gun. It's once you get used to it, you'll feel clean, and using paper again is not an option really. You would have to revert to, I suppose, wet wipes or whatever, but some form of wet or moist cleaning application. So there we have it, just a light-hearted view of the bum gun in the toilets. So if you do like the video, like the content, give us a thumbs up, make a comment. I will respond to all comments, and don't forget, smash that subscribe button, because it does help me out a great deal. So until the next time, stay safe, and I will see you a little bit further down the line.